I've seen something recently, I guess within the last 3 years, and it is very, very alarming. It is absolutely violent, extreme anger, extreme overreaction to circumstances from men when they are driving. This is, a certain segment of men. Doesn't represent all men, but it's something that I had not seen prior decades of my life. For instance, yesterday, I was at a stop, and the guy behind me did not see the situation in front of me, so he did not understand why, we were stopped and what was going on. So he pulled around me and rolled down his window and started lashing out the most vulgar misogyny and just utter trash out of his mouth. And I guess this guy was about mid 30s, maybe 36, white guy. This guy was raging. He could have just lost his job. He could have had, something going on prior in the day that made him just absolutely bitterly mad. But I'm seeing a lot of misogyny, and guys are attacking women's gender and not a situation or not the behavior itself. They are just lashing out. They're just angry, violent, like predator types. And the other, this happened to me about a year ago. This guy, he was in front of me, and I was just driving somewhere, and he stopped, and he got out of his car. Of course, he knew I was a female. He probably did that because I was a female, because if I was a male, I'd get out and start a fight, or, take my gun out or whatever. But, so, he, probably sees in his rearview mirror that I was a female, and that, he felt powerful, or he felt empowered to, approach me. And he came back to my car, and he said, he's like, "Why are you driving so close?" And I'm like, "Well, I just pulled up to a stop sign, and I always pull up close to a car to allow other people behind more space." So that is the first of that kind of thing that I have ever seen. You're supposed to watch what happens in front of you when you drive. You're not supposed to watch it in back of you. What happens in back of you is the other person's responsibility. They are accountable for what happens in, the back. You are responsible and accountable for what happens in the front, and in the front only. But this guy was equally as angry and just over the top. Just extreme overreaction. I don't know if this is mental illness related. I don't know if it's just, utter misogyny, just, attacking women at every chance that they can get. But, it's not pretty. And, it's really bespeaking. It's really, it's a challenge now, driving and dealing with men in public, because they are so reactive. But I've seen several other minor instances like this over the years, and it's literally within 3 years. And the other day there was a guy in a pickup truck, and I had turned into the closest lane, which you're supposed to do, and this guy was making a left-hand turn into one of my two lanes. So what he decides to do is swing all the way over into my lane, which was the right side of the road. And he had the nerve to honk at me when he was in the wrong. When he is making a left-hand turn, he is supposed to turn into the closest lane after he turns, which is on the left side of the road. So then he like honked at me and like I couldn't see because, you know, tinted windows. But this guy was like waving and lashing out and just, you know, just cursing. You know, he was cursing misogynistic words because that's what's usually on the tip of every man's tongue. But the guy was in the wrong. And so he had a woman in the passenger side. And she was just like kind of waving at him, kind of like, you know, patting him down, like, you know, like calm down, calm down. And I think she knew that he was in the wrong. And then he just sped up and went away because I think he was kind of embarrassed that he realized that, you know, I had turned properly into my lane, that he did not turn properly into his lane. So, yeah, I'm getting this from strangers. I'm seeing it. It's happened more and more. And I don't even drive daily because I do animal rescue. I do a lot of housework and just online sales of that nature. But I don't get out every day. I would say 5 times a week. And I'm seeing this. So I'm, you know, in Western Pennsylvania. That's where most of my experience is. And I'd like to know if anybody else is seeing this vitriol from the males. Just about everybody that, you know, has, you know, attacked me verbally or, you know, gotten out of their car or rolled the windows down, they've been in their mid-30s. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hope the pattern ceases. I hope it calms down. I hope whatever's going on, you know, I hope it's just isolated events. But I'm afraid it isn't. So any thoughts below are welcome.